The Beast of Darkness is an alter ego and more sinister materialization of Guts' complicated persona. We've gotten to see more of this character post the Eclipse event during the Black Swordsman era of the manga. Although it was meant to be a plot device for Guts' progression as a character in the story, there haven't been many who took the time to reflect on its purpose other than possessing Guts through the berserker armor and giving in to his darker desires. Before we dive into this topic, this is a reminder to check out the links in the description for more videos on Berserk, and a direct link to the Patreon where member suggestions on future topics take precedent. Now let's get into the topic at hand. Yo. Now, as stated in my previous video discussing Guts' current state, the Beast of Darkness has always been present in Guts' life, because it is the true parts of himself that he hides from the world. If this persona has always been around inside of Guts, when did it begin to manifest? When was its inception? What is the purpose of manifesting visually into Guts' mind now? Well, that's what I hope I can explain in this video. So since the Beast is Guts' darker side, I think it's very obvious that its inception was when Guts was born. But more specifically, it started to shape itself through his very first experiences in the real world as a living being. Going back from whence he witnessed his adopted mother pass away of the plague, from training and being raised by Gambino, growing up around mercenaries surrounded by battles and war all his life, his first time ever killing another human being, to being abused in his first ever sexual experience, having to fend for himself, after killing his parent out of self-defense, so on and so forth. All of these negative experiences have in a way built up into the malicious side of him who has become a monster in order to battle the demons of his past and the literal demons he faces now as a grown man. So with all of that, along with the experiences from the Golden Age, the birth of Femto and everything post-Eclipse event, I think it's understandable how that inner monster manifested inside of Guts. The peculiar thing about the name Beast of Darkness is that in the beginning, it never really manifested as the monstrous dog that we know it as today. In the beginning, it shaped itself as a darker image of Guts, sometimes as like a floating spirit and sometimes even popping up as a switch personality that takes over Guts' physical presence. So the question rears its head again. Why has it taken the shape of a dog? Better yet, why does Guts envision it as that kind of beast? Why not a hawk or a falcon, since he was a member of Griffith's crew that flew the insignia of said animal? Why not like a stronger animal like a bear, a boar, or even a wolf? In the beginning, when I thought about this, I made the distinction that it coincides with him being a mercenary, otherwise known as a war dog. It made so much sense, but then I realized that it would be the same for all of his companions who were in the Band of the Hawk. So I figured there was kind of like a deeper link, and I finally made the connection to the first time he was ever referred to as a mad dog for acting off of his instincts by none other than Casca, and how deeply it triggered him then. So my thought is, the inception of the beast manifests as a mad dog not because that's who Guts is on the inside, nor is it his spirit animal. It's not even to resist Griffith, the Hawk of Light Femto, but simply due to how Casca views Guts, existing as her guard dog, her dark protector, and her toxic love interest. Every time the beast manifested was when Guts felt Casca was in danger, and as proof that Casca is projecting for the Beast of Darkness onto Guts' mind, we can see in the dreamscape when Shirke and Farnese were putting her mind back together, Casca's subconscious personified Guts as a dog protecting what's left of her husk from dangers in her mind and finding shattered pieces to help her become whole again. I've also seen that some people perceive that the beast is Guts' greatest enemy. I disagree with that notion. Rather, my thought is that the beast can be Guts' greatest enemy, because I believe it exists for the purpose of helping him achieve what he sets out to do, but in an extremely negative fashion. And as I just alluded, that it manifests as a mad dog for Casca's protection. So in a sense, the Beast of Darkness is Guts' greatest weapon that he risks wielding to the detriment of his humanity and everything he loves. should he choose not to willingly wield it properly or with purely good intention. The element of darkness is technically not synonymous with bad or evil. Even the element of light that is often perceived with good or holy can be wielded as a weapon of evil deeds. I believe this is what Meteor is trying to illustrate with the story of Berserk, utilizing Guts and Griffith to rewire our conditioned minds, especially here in the Western societies, on the visual representation of what good and evil in the world is. What are your thoughts on the Beast of Darkness? Is it Guts' greatest enemy? Are we misunderstanding why it exists? How do you feel about Casca being the reason that Guts' unconscious mind manifests as a mad dog? Let me know in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that bell after subscribing to the channel so you can stay up to date on new Berserk content dropping in the future. Check out the links in the description and the first comment pinned to the top. As always, you know the vibes. It's Kaizoku Sleven. Appreciate you.